So it is going on 4 years since I've left America and moved to the Netherlands. So imagine how surprised I am when people pull up on me telling me that the Netherlands is on its way to being just as bad as America. And now I do have to say that there are a lot of reasons why people want to leave, but these are the most popular ones that were brought to my attention in the comments. So I remember when I first moved here and my son and I were playing at the park when we met this mom and another kid, and my kid loved to play with this kid. And so since our kids like to play with each other, we exchanged numbers and we would meet up and go to the park a lot. Ooh, we hot. But yeah, we would meet up and go to the park a lot. We just do these play dates. And I still remember one day I called to set up a play date, and she then tells me that they cannot meet up because they're actually getting ready to move. And they were gonna leave the Netherlands to move to Italy. And it turns out that the reason that they were deciding to move was because it was just getting too expensive for them here, for her and her family. So they decided to pick up and move to Italy. And now, although this was the first time I heard of someone leaving because the cost of living was going up and it was too much to the point where it wasn't affordable, but after I've lived here for a while and I made videos about living here, that comes up a lot. And I'm being dead serious. If you don't believe me, just go to any of my recent videos or any videos I talk about comparing like America to the Netherlands or my experiences here. There's always like a couple of comments talking about how the cost of living has gone up and how it's continuing to go up. Oh man, I wonder how much it costs to get a ride on one of those. Okay, quick side note, it is so busy. Everybody all up in my grill today. It's so hard to walk. And I got the camera out like this and people are just bumping into the camera like, geez. So now with the cost of living rising and going up, plus not to mention we do pay a lot in taxes. I could see how somebody living here, I mean, if you're staying the same and you're making the same amount of money that you've been making for like 6 or 7 years, yeah, it's gonna be a bit rough. But now if I'm gonna be fair about the situation though, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like, that's almost everywhere. The cost of living has gone up almost everywhere you go. I do think though that it's probably worse in the States. This is just my, look, I'm just being real. Even though the taxes are lower, you are getting a ton of hidden costs, like, no, just across the board. You know what, a perfect example. If I sat here and ordered a cappuccino, and the cappuccino is $3.50, the cappuccino is $3.50. It's not, number one, it's not €5. I mean, unless you go to a crazy place. But it's usually $3.50, maybe $4, and that's all. Like, you're not getting taxed on the cappuccino because the taxes are included in the cappuccino already. Versus when you go to the States, let's just say you get the same cappuccino. Let's just say, let's be cool about it too, and let's just make it equal. Cappuccino is $3.50. You're gonna pay at least $8 for that cappuccino. I mean, especially if you're just sitting down. You're gonna pay at least $8. And then to make matters worse, you probably have to drive to the place, so now you gotta pay for gas. Oh, wait, you have to have a car too as well, just to go get the cappuccino. Once you go get your gas, they're probably gonna ask you to tip. So you just tip for the cappuccino, and now they're asking you to tip to pump your own gas. Look, I'm just keeping it real. Like, if we keeping it spade for spade, yeah. And then if you want to get like super techie about it or like financial about it, even if you move to like, let's just say Italy, where it's a lot cheaper, even if you move to somewhere like how the mom did and took her family and moved somewhere that's a lot cheaper, the people living there, you might be in a better position, but now the people living there, the cost has gone up for them. It still went up for them. So now those people are in the position that you were in when you lived in the Netherlands. Price is going up across the board and it's hurting a lot of people. I don't know the answer for this though. I don't know. The only thing I can say is, look, spend less, have some savings on deck, and spend less. Something else you can do is also figure out where your skills are most valuable and like go work there. Like, it's just the honest to God truth. You can make a lot more depending on your skill set and location. That's just a fact. Now, quick side note, we're back to the, look at those cricket houses. Man, them cricket houses, man. And I am on my lunch break and I just wanted to go and get some B-roll. Can you guys see me? Is it like too hot? I don't know why I got the jacket on too, because it's so hot. I do have to head back to Harlem and get back to work. Side note, look, they rolling deep at the station. Always rolling deep at the station. Which brings me to my next point of something I've been seeing a lot in my comments too, is that the crime has been going up here as well. And now look, being from the south side of Chicago, I'm talking the hood of Chicago, I will tell you that I can feel things that a lot of people cannot feel. And I'm gonna be honest, yes, the crime has gone up a little bit. Oh, dang, just missed the train. Dang, I was too busy trying to get some shots. Missed the train. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate the Sprinter. It's just not sauce. You know what I mean? Like it's just not sauce. But yeah, the Sprinter's right there. So we're gonna hop on that.
Station Haarlem.
Okay, off the train, jacket off. But back to safety and crime. Because yeah, it is true, crime has been on a rise here. I mean, you remember the little bike that I just got that I love, and I take it to Amsterdam to ride around and all this stuff? I did a whole video about it solving my transportation problem. Well, that bike just got stolen 2 days ago. And I'm not gonna lie, it sucks, man. Like, people are stealing bikes like crazy these days. Like, for real, it is. I mean, they used to steal them all the time before, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Yep, it was, see? That's the chain right there. Completely cut. Yeah, cut and my little bike stolen. And yeah, crime is up, and it's kind of sad, but it's true, even here in the Netherlands. But also something to understand and to realize that crime is up everywhere. Like, I want to make that clear too. Crime is up everywhere. Matter of fact, out of all the comments I've seen regarding the Netherlands and America, ain't nobody talking about leaving the Netherlands to go to America. Not one person. Even they might bash the Netherlands, or and I'm talking about Dutch people. Dutch people will bash and talk so much about the problems here in the Netherlands, but not one of them said they will go to America. Not one. I mean, and not for nothing, in the last video I just made where I talked about the work culture, I legit even brought up how I used to have to go in on the weekends because we needed to change a promo because there was like a shooting somewhere or something like that, and our promos were like too violent because we had all these NCISs. But and think of how crazy that is. Like, when we're talking about safety, how crazy is it that you have to go into work to change a commercial because there was just a shooting? And this happened a lot. You know what? Matter of fact, something that I've actually never talked about on the vlog was, I remember my wife, I believe she was pregnant, but my wife had her mom as well as her sister come visit LA, and they went to the mall. And now this was around the time where I was going in to change promos on the weekends because there were so many like mass happening. Like, it was just across the entire country of America. Like, it was just so many. So my wife, her mom, and her sister were at the mall, and they went to Glendale Galleria, located in Glendale, California. And my wife heard shots and saw everybody leaving, and yeah, there was like a shooting at the mall. And man, my wife was terrified. I mean, rightly so. Again, like, these mass incidents kept happening. I mean, it was a big deal, and it's a big problem in the States. And don't get me wrong, the theft of bikes, people stealing in stores, shoplifting, and also people like hopping over, not paying for public transportation. A lot, like, people don't understand that it hurts everybody when people do these things. That means costs go up when we do these things. And I do understand these things are extremely annoying. Like, I get so pissed when I tap in and someone tries to rush in right after me. Man, look, if you do that to me, just be ready for a talking to. I'm just being real. But look, with that said though, I'm not saying that the crime going up is not justified because it's not as bad as where I'm from. But I will say, just be better about the things that you're doing, be more aware of your surroundings, and make sure you're paying attention to what's going on around you. Don't be out hugging the block with like thousands of euros in your pocket. Like, you know what I mean? Just be just a little bit more careful. Also, get a thick chain. Like, I'm talking like this thick of a chain, like, for real. They will copy your bike. I mean, I was so mad when I saw my little bike was gone. I was so mad. So look, be careful out here, be safe, because crime is on the rise, and yeah, do what you gotta do, just be safe. And now the last reason I've been seeing a lot of people wanting to leave, like a lot of Dutch people wanting to leave the Netherlands, is because they're saying the consumer culture is coming here. The American consumer culture is happening, and it's happening with a lot of young people. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, dude. I'll see you guys later. Those are the taxi guys. They're always cool, man. I always say hi to them when I'm walking by. A lot of times they're not the same people, but yeah, they always pretty cool. Ooh, we hot. Okay, quick side note. Can someone explain this sign to me? I don't know what this means, but I keep seeing it. I keep seeing this sign. And yeah, I I don't know what that sign means, but I see it in windows, like a lot of people's windows. So I mean, I'm just wondering, like, should I be putting that in my window? You know what I mean? Like, for real. Let me know. Okay, I think today we're gonna have a coffee at Yeti. Yeti's a cool place. It's actually one of the first places my wife and I went to eat when we first visited. Yeah, honestly, a great restaurant here in Harlem, and also they have pretty good coffee here too. I was about to say, not the best place to vlog, only because there are people all over, like for real. Look at this, People crossing the street right there, and people coming down from there, and then usually people stopping waiting for the light to change on their bike. So yeah, if you are like shy vlogging in public, man, this is not the best place. But yeah, this was something also that was mentioned a couple of times on this subject. But yeah, this is kind of sad because I have seen, like, I've been to countries where the consumer is, like, you could just see it. The consumer level is like to the max. And again, this is no shade to the States, because look, I love America. I love where I come from. I mean, not the hood of Chicago. I ain't going back there. I did my nickel. I ain't going back. I do love the States. It's just, I don't like that part of the States. I don't like how it's like I mentioned in another video, this consumer overload is real. And I hate that it is coming to the Netherlands. I mean, I haven't really noticed it. I've noticed it a little bit, but not as much as like the Dutch have told me. So, I mean, I believe them, and I hate that it's like that. And the craziest part about it all is that it totally contradicts the first issue of why people want to leave here, which is it's getting too expensive. And I noticed, again, this is totally, like, I don't know if this is an American thing, but even in America, people are like struggling. People talking about going broke, but yet, you look at what's going on there, they are just spending money like crazy. I'm talking about the average person who ain't got nothing keeps buying stuff. And then you have the, I mean, like, perfect example is Shein and Temu, these major Chinese consumerist like companies. They thrive mostly in America. And it is not like these companies are like 10 years old. These companies are like maybe 2 or 3 years old, and Americans are just dumping everything into these companies. So yeah, it's a crazy catch-22. Everybody's complaining about being broke and everything being expensive, but yet the more people are spending more than ever. Like, spend less money, live below your means. And I will say, just also try not to compare yourself, and don't do what a lot of Americans do, which is like try to keep up with the Joneses. Like, it doesn't. So many people do this, and that's what hurts the most, because a lot of people have a spending problem. Hence why this consumer issue totally contradicts the first issue of like the prices of everything going up. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Don't try to compare yourself, and don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Stay below your means and just do you. I'm just being real, because again, all around the world, every country has experienced this issue of like the cost of living going up. But if the Dutch are right, in which a lot of people are spending more, and then I know Americans are spending a lot more, it doesn't make any sense. So just don't do what those people are doing. I mean that's the best I could say. At the end of the day, we are going to continue to get sold to every day, but we got to be disciplined enough to just say no and not buy. And also, I do want to leave you guys with this as well. I want to leave you guys with this. For the people who want to leave somewhere, who feel like this, like for real, it's okay to just leave. Like, I don't, like, I never understood, and this is just me, but I've never understood just staying in there and complaining. If you know it's gonna be an issue, or if you know that your quality of life has gone down, or your environment is affecting your quality of life, make the right decisions and do what you gotta do to leave. Make the best decision for your family. That's okay. I mean, that's why I can't even be mad. I literally just did the same thing with the States. My quality of life didn't work over there. It's not what I was looking for. I completed everything I wanted to do over there. Great country, but it was time for me to go. That's it. And I took my family with me. I read this one comment in the last video, the most recent one, and I literally asked, this person was talking about the policies and how things are racist here, and just a bunch of stuff across the board, right? And my question to this person was, what's stopping you from leaving? You clearly have the opportunity. If you're living in the Netherlands, why not move to Italy, or why not go to Portugal? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other places to go to. I mean, even Thailand. I mean, geez, come on. There's a lot going on out here. There's no reason that you feel like you need to stay. There's just no reason. Okay, well, yeah, no, I can't really say that. I mean, there are reasons, like some people might have a sick mom or something like that, which I completely understand. But for like 90% of people, they have the ability to go. What's stopping them is the fear. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let the fear dictate what you do with your life. If you wanna leave, just leave. Only you know what's better for you and your family, or you and your quality of life, or what you expect from your life. Only you know that. I made the right decision for me and my family. So again, don't be afraid to take the leap. I'm sorry, if y'all see me like looking around and stuff, it's because there was a lot of people around. So if it feels like I'm a bit off, that's why. It was just, people just walking and staring, and like somebody was literally walking by and like touching the table, like my table. Like just patting my table. And I'm like in the zone. But now, what are your thoughts? I would love to know what you guys think about all these issues and why the Dutch might be on their way out and why they feel like the country's kind of going downhill. I would love to know your thoughts on it. Are they right? Is it justified? I mean, you let me know. And also, again, this ain't a diss track towards America or any other country or like nobody. This is not a diss track. I just more like, what I like to do is just share my experiences and somehow compare them to what I've been through and what I'm still going through with the US. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts. And again, don't be afraid. If you feel like you need to go, take the leap and go. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe because I am trying to hit 100,000. Like, we gonna get there. Also, like I said earlier, I do find it interesting that out of all these comments I see complaining about the Netherlands, not one of these people are trying to go back to, or trying to go to the States. Not even one. And look, I'm not being a hater. I'm just super saying. Like, if y'all find a comment, let me know. But I have not seen one. Okay, quick side note. I was literally just putting my camera away because I just wrapped it up. But man, I have noticed there's a lot of Americans here. A lot of Americans coming here. Holy cow. Man. Look, don't be moving to my hood. Okay? Y'all go somewhere else.